You know, it's rare that we can say this, but right now things are mostly positive with the Yankees. There's not a lot of problems. But we've got to stop putting Caleb Ferguson in for close or tight situations. This guy folds every time. I've seen less folding at an origami class.
You think it's a joke?
Am I laughing?
Hey, Derek, the save situation. I just wanted to call and make an observation. After that comparison video of Judge's batting stance and the way he was hitting before until he was doing now, I would really be interested in seeing the stats from the release of that video until now. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, I haven't done it myself, but my thinking is that the stats were fire after that video was released.
What's up, save situation? You know, you make a good point. Aaron Judge was late on the fastball. We put out a video on May 2nd, and since that date, Aaron Judge is batting .364. He's got 12 hits. He's got 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, 9 runs scored in 10 games. Now, he has been hot for longer than that. He's hitting .346 going back to 15 games. So he was already starting to heat up a little bit, but he had kind of dipped down again. I believe he already knew. I don't think he watched this video and said, oh, NYY Recaps says I'm late on my swings. No, he knew he was late on the fastball. But I just thought I made that video to point it out to people who were saying, oh, he's hurt or he sucks or whatever, just to point out that it didn't seem to be a serious issue. And it turned out not to be, and now he is red hot. And Aaron Judge is getting ready to take off. Do not be surprised if he finishes with his normal numbers, 270, 280, 50 home runs. That's kind of what I'm looking for Judge this year.
Hey, Derek, love the show. It's Nick from Florida. Got to go to the first game of the series down here in Tampa Bay. Enjoyed it. And, I mean, gosh, who would have thought the start of this year, Clark Schmidt would be one of the most dominant pitchers in our rotation. But, man, baseball's going to baseball. He's really stepped up and made the improvements. You can tell that guy's got a steel cage up there. He's locked in all the time, and I like the adjustments he's made this year. Pitch arsenal's looking good. And then, of course, we got to mention Luis Gil. I mean, the guy is a stud. I can't justify moving him out of the rotation. I'm sorry. He's got to stay in there somehow. Unfortunately, Nestor, hasn't been the same. Hasn't been the all-star version of himself this year. His start in this series wasn't that great. And, we're going to have to hopefully see him make some improvements. But Cole's coming back here in a month or so. Going to have to make some decisions there with the rotation. Can't move Gil or Clark Schmidt. That's for sure.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. Who would have thought that when Luis Gil stepped in for Gerrit Cole, that he would put up comparable numbers to what Gerrit Cole could have put up through his first 9 starts? If you had told me before the season, before Gerrit Cole got injured, that in his first 9 starts he would be 4-1 with a 2.51 ERA, I would have signed up for that. I would have said, sure, I'll take that. That sounds good. That sounds like ace-level numbers. But it's Luis Gil, his replacement. You can't take Luis Gil out of the rotation. And Clark Schmidt, for his inability typically to go deep into the games, he always keeps you in the game. Even if he has a tough day, it's 5 innings and 2 runs, or 5 innings and 3 runs maybe. He never gets shellacked anymore. And I agree with you when you say that his mind's like a steel cage. I think the adjustments he's made have been very smart. Adding the cutter, not throwing the fastball. I mean, you know how hard it is to tell a pitcher not to throw their fastball anymore? He doesn't throw a 4-seam fastball. He just throws the cutter, basically, and the curveballs. And he's fixed his delivery so that he's not falling off. He's made the intelligent moves that you have to make as a starting pitcher. And I think, they talk about how Gerrit Cole is the leader of the staff. I think a lot of this filters down from Gerrit Cole. He's helping out Clark Schmidt. We see him helping out Luis Gil. As for Nestor Cortez, yeah, he has struggled. I think he's probably, at this point, the most likely to go to the bullpen and serve as kind of a swingman. And given the fact that Caleb Ferguson just can't get anybody out lately, I think we need a lefty down there. And I think it's a perfect fit. So watch out. We'll see what happens.
Derek, great show.
I don't think that Gleyber's one swing brought him back. I think seeing that Cabrera could take his spot, and then what's he going to do with his big contract here, sitting on the bench? So I think maybe that woke him up. It was nice to see the home run, obviously. Thanks.
I mean, we don't even know for sure that Gleyber is woken up. I mean, guys hit random home runs when they're slumping, too. Even Joey Gallo would run into a home run once in a while. Aaron Hicks, remember his big home run against the Astros? I think he was about 1 for 100 surrounding that big swing. Now, that was a huge hit, a huge swing of the bat from Gleyber Torres. But for me to believe that Gleyber has woken up, he's got to actually look like he's awake. Not only at the plate, but on the bases, in the field. He did have a nice pick yesterday. He made that glove flip the other day, so he's been making some strides defensively. StatCast likes him defensively. I still see a lot of bonehead stuff, especially on the bases. And I want to see him put together some consistent at-bats. Show me a week where you're hitting the ball hard consistently. You hit a couple of home runs. You maybe get some doubles. You're taking some close pitches. I want to see him having good at-bats and not flailing and falling over after every foul ball. Show me that, and then I'll think that maybe he's woken up. We got about 4 or 5 more voicemails, but first I got to run an ad for Odds Jam. Got to pay the light bills here. All these blue lights cost money, and then we'll get back to your voicemails. Looking to boost your sports betting game? Meet Odds Jam, the ultimate ally for data-driven wagering. With 260-plus sports books, it's your go-to platform. Here's how it works. Odds Jam's arbitrage tool spots differences in betting lines, letting you lock in risk-free profits. Plus, optimize bets with a positive EV calculator and track profits with a convenient bet tracker. Try it risk-free with a 7-day trial. Use code RECAPS for 35% off your first month. Link is in the description. Bet smart. Bet responsibly with Odds Jam.
Hey, Derek, this is Gabriel. I'm from New Jersey. Listen, I kind of thought of something after I was watching your show last night. What if he ended up going on ahead to give Jahmai Jones some time if the Yankees are so uncertain in the what we're going to do with Gleyber Torres? I mean, it's not like we're going to move Volpe anytime soon. So what if we look into moving Jahmai and give him some time to see how he can plan out? Or Jahmai, excuse me how I'm saying it. Fuck Tampa. It's a day late for Happy Mother's Day to everybody. And I love the show. I listen to it all the time.
Some of that was a little bit muffled, so I just wanted to kind of restate your question for anybody who couldn't make it out. You're asking about whether the Yankees should give Jahmai Jones more playing time. Jahmai Jones hit his first big league home run yesterday. Look, I haven't seen much of Jahmai Jones. He looks athletic to me. He's got a quick swing, but I think that the Yankees are going to stick with Gleyber Torres. I don't think that they're going to hand anything over to Jahmai Jones. But if Gleyber Torres goes down with an injury, I think Jones is probably the next guy up, next man up. But as of right now, I don't see them going out of their way to give him more playing time, unfortunately.
Hey, Derek, it's Spike from New Jersey. This whole season, Gleyber's been terrible, and you keep saying, you know, on Mother's Day, I remember seeing a lot of highlights with him with the pink bat or the pink socks doing really good. And sure enough, Mother's Day rolls around. What does he do? He bangs a 3-run home run over the left field wall. Is there a stat out there of Gleyber's batting average with a pink bat in his hands? I got to know. Let me know.
Unfortunately, there is no stat, but if I were him, I would just use pink bats forever now. I mean, who cares what it looks like? I mean, you're obviously crushing it with pink bats. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I want to call about the real deal. I picked up a lot of his cards on the cheap when he got hurt. His autographs cards, his rookie cards too. So hopefully he pans out. That'd be nice, you know. But I'm rooting for him. Have a good day.
Well, if we are lucky, you'll be a very, very rich man because Luis Gil has been dominating. We've already talked about him in this podcast, but I just can't say enough about the guy. He is the real deal. The reason I gave him that nickname when I first saw him pitch was the ride on his fastball. And he was facing good hitters who just could not get on top of his fastball. He was throwing 98, 99, 100 miles an hour. It looked like what scouts would call easy gas, where he didn't seem to be putting that much effort in and the ball just exploded out of his hand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for calling in. I will be back after the game on Tuesday with a post-game show. I'll catch you then.